Hey guys, a very good morning and welcome back to another daily market outlook. So starting here with EURUSD. EURUSD moved further in towards the downside yesterday, as we can see, back down in towards that area of 4-hour demand. So 4-hour area of demand over here caused price to push back up. And some interesting price action, guys, because if we look at this fractal low, what was then the fractal high which broke that fractal low? Well, that is the high of this bearish candle which we have over here, meaning that at this point in time, once again, we've now seen a 4-hour bullish change of character. So this is not favorable for any shorts that we are looking to take. But to be honest, the 4-hour itself is quite choppy over here and is quite rangy. So I want to just go in towards 15 to look for further clarification. Because again, guys, remember the overall 4-hour has seen a break of structure over here. What do we expect after a break of structure? We expect a pullback. When do we expect the pullback to come? When we achieve or when we meet a higher time frame area of supply, or when we see a change in the lower time frame structure. Now, looking at the lower time frame structure, what you will see is that we in fact pushed in towards the downside. So this is one big impulse in towards the downside. We saw a break of structure here on the 15, meaning that this is your swing low and this is your swing high. So overall, we are bearish on the 15-minute time frame, and if we draw in our fib tool, what you'll then see is that we've pulled back perfectly towards that 618 Fibonacci retracement level. Okay, so from here we can look for those potential shorts. Furthermore, we have liquidated the high over here. Obviously, a lot of people would say this over here is a supply zone, this buy for the sell, but we know that there's no liquidation in that move down. So what happens? The own high gets liquidated, as we can see. So since this morning, we've been consolidating a bit. I'm now waiting for some momentum to kick in for any potential shorts. Not really interested in any longs as of now. And what I'll be waiting for mainly is for this low again to go and then get in on the very first, next bearish confirmation. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. Yesterday we did see a nice sell-off. Obviously, we just failed to close below the 50-minute low. But as you can see, once this high, and this high got taken out, the market did in fact sell off in towards the downside. But now we're back and we're just focusing on the bearish momentum to kick in once again. So if that bearish momentum does kick in, of course I do not know for sure, then I will be looking for a short upon the first structural break. Okay, so that is euro dollar for you. For the rest, still, by the way, that pattern counts. We have the 1, 2, 3, so obviously looking for a deeper overall correction. If we look at the 1 hour, for example, in structure, by the way, then of course this is also your swing high, this is your swing low, so it would make sense as well for the 1 hour to start selling off. Okay, going in towards the dollar index here on the 4 hour. So the dollar index, what happened yesterday? Well, we pushed in towards that area of supply. Then what happened is that we pushed back down again in towards the sell before the buy, right, which we highlighted yesterday, as we can see, and we saw a very strong bullish candle. So I was expecting for us to start breaking up higher, but as you can see, this high still got respected. So hence why we're now moving down lower. There is still one more opportunity for the dollar index to come up higher again. That is this area of demand. Okay, so if we draw the 4-hour area of demand from body to wick, it does make sense for the dollar index to start pushing up again. Looking at imbalance, then you can also say, okay, this is the imbalance, this is the demand zone which we're now entering, so it would make sense again to see a push upwards from here. But yeah, I'll just be waiting. Currently nothing really too special on the dollar index. For the rest, obviously we've also seen kind of like some that's not supposed to happen, some fractal structure form, making this kind of also again an internal area of supply. So price is fighting here on the dollar index, not too much focus on that. Obviously, if we start breaking up higher and we break this high, for example, there will be much more confirmation for longs, but until then, not really looking too much at the dollar index. Now going in towards AUDUSD, so Aussie dollar over here, still looking for a further sell-off back down in towards our demand zone on the daily. So we're still pushing down lower from daily supply over here. Okay, so I haven't actually drawn in the daily structure in the correct way as I can currently see, but this was a daily BOS over here. So this is what we count as a daily BOS. Then again, this was the high which broke that low. So again, a daily BOS. And then again, a daily BOS on this high. So what does this mean? It means that the overall daily time frame is bullish, but if we look at the swing low on the daily, it still showcases that there is still room for us to fall down lower. Okay, so if we just use the premium versus discount, then it shows that this area of demand on the daily perfectly aligns with the 50% mark, or the 50% retracement level. Okay, so it does make sense still for Aussie dollar to push down lower, which I am favoring at the moment. There is still some liquidity open, especially these lows over here, these two, which I want to see get taken out. Potential entry, this buy before the sell overall is what I'm mainly looking for us to get into a sell. Obviously momentum is high, guys, so keep it in mind. For example, if we look here at the 1 hour, that we're already inside of this 1 hour area of supply. Okay, so we've already liquidated the first high this morning over here. And now if you, for example, were to go into the 15-minute time frame, what you can then wait for is for structure to shift. So wait for this low to go and then get in on that short with the confirmation of both the 1 hour and the 15-minute time frame. Okay, and then also with the fact that the daily is looking to sell off down lower. So that's what I'm looking for on Aussie dollar, not looking at any longs yet. Going into pound dollar, what are we seeing there? Pound dollar is actually moving up higher. Not a very favorable pair at the moment. Yesterday I was looking at this supply zone. As you can see, we kind of just wicked above it, but we did in fact push down lower from it. But if we just look at fractal structure as a whole, guys, so that is just structure based on candlesticks, then what can we say? Well, this was the fractal high at first. Then what happened was that the fractal low over here got broken. So what is then the high? The high is then the high over here. But what is then the high that got broken again? This high over here. Okay, so that means that this high now got broken by this low. So the low of this bullish candle is now your fractal structure low. So that's the main low that we're now focusing on. For the rest, we can see it's pretty consolidative, not very favorable price action. So pretty much just skipping out here on pound dollar. Still obviously interested in a potential short / correction. But looking here at the daily time frame, guys, it looks like we just actually to grab the liquidity above that daily high. So we just liquidated this daily high over here. I don't know if you guys can see correctly, but we just liquidated that high. So either we're just going to react to that liquidity high, or second of all, what could also happen is that we just push a little bit higher in towards that daily extreme supply, and then from there we start selling off, for example. Okay, so there are potential shorts on the table, but we need to be very patient and wait for structure to kind of clean up a little bit. Going in towards Kiwi dollar, so NZDUSD. So saw a retracement back in towards the highs since tapping in towards this overall consolidation range. Obviously we've refined the area of demand over here, we just didn't tap into it. What I'm waiting for is a potential further short in line with 4-hour structure. So at the moment, this is your 4-hour structure. And what I'm focusing on mainly is this 4-hour area of supply. So we have a 4-hour area of supply over here in this buy before the sell. And that's where I'm looking to go short from. So got my eyes on that. Go into a 15. Just waiting for the 15 to make one more push up higher, break structure. Then you've got a BOS. So after BOS, we expect a pullback. So then wait for the fractal change in structure over here. That's what I'm waiting for from NZDUSD. And last for gold, what are we seeing on gold? Gold put in that new all-time high as expected, guys. So we did in fact break 2450. I've been telling you guys for quite some time now. What we're looking for on the daily, I mean, who knows what we're looking for, right? Overall, we've seen a daily BOS in towards the highs. So after daily BOS, obviously you expect a pullback, but this entire move on gold is fundamentally driven, of course, with the risks and uncertainties that there currently are. So do you want to be shorting this? Not necessarily, but obviously, we could see some further downside momentum before, continuing up even higher. So what I'll be waiting for is just for us to push down lower, and then if we get into any nice and balanced candles, definitely straight away look for long, as for example over here from 2450 again. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Wish you all a fantastic day, and we'll speak soon.